Artie, Zen. Yeah. Look, we're just gonna throw some bars in, have a bit of a laugh, have some fun. Hope you guys like it. Much love. You know it is. Come on, you ones.
Oh dear, look, he's only left it on there again. Good evening, everybody. I do this every week, don't I? Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Old School Hammers here on West Ham Network. To my left, obviously, my old pal Kieran. How are you, sir?
G'day, Shart. I'm all right. Not as cold as last week, Geezer. It's probably about 6 or 7 degrees. Not too bad. But yeah, man, beautiful.
Hat, coat, and the jumper on, though, son. Hey?
Yeah, I still take precautions, Geezer. I overreact to the cold here. You've got to remember that. I don't really need this coat, I don't think. But as soon as I feel that bit of chill in the morning, everything comes on. I went, fuck it.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Cup of coffee.
It'll be frozen by 10 o'clock. I'm not having it.
Yeah, mate. So how's your week been? Any good? Any good? You know, anything happening?
Apart from, Geezer, I was trying to explain the drama on my phone. It's been a nightmare, but yeah. No, not much going on, Gator. Not much at all.
No need for a video tonight, obviously.
I think there is something that happened, not here, but I think we could, Budge. We could push it out, Gator. Plus,
all right. Yeah, we'll push the boat out in about half hour, 40 minutes.
Yeah. Plus, I've done a bit of research, Gator. Look at me, man. I'm fucking top YouTube. Now, there's a geezer I do watch now and again called Shark Bites, and he gives you he's a marine biologist, this geezer, and he gives you some stats about Australia, you know, what the myths are and what not about shark attacks. So he gave me some really interesting information.
Excellent.
About the
we'll
free
get into that in a little while.
Yeah.
In the meantime, let's say hello to the people that are in the chat, the people that make it worthwhile. Good evening, Damien. He says, you know, the weakest thing about Graham Potter and West Ham at the moment, mentality. It's that simple. Potter out. Fair comment, mate. Fair comment. And thanks for jumping straight in with it. We're going to have a look at the fixture list in a little while, Kieran. It came out yesterday or this morning.
Yeah, I mean, so I'll just get out of bed, guys. Obviously, it happened overnight. G'day, Leslie.
Yeah.
So I haven't seen it.
Yeah. This crazy transfer policy continues. Absolutely, mate. Usual. Good evening, sir. Really don't care about the new season fixtures. It's the season after when I look to see when we play Millwall.
Usual. Fuck's sake, don't start on that down or we're fucking going down already. Jesus Christ, we're only 3 minutes in, man.
Yeah, we're 3 minutes in and we're already fighting Millwall. Right. Ted the Hammer. Good evening, Ted. Good evening, Budgie.
Thanks,
good
Ted.
morning, Kieran. Evening all. Well, Rich. Good evening, mate. I don't think we will get many players in, so we should get our boots out ready.
I'm ready and waiting, Rich. I'm ready for the call up, mate.
Yeah, mate. Got a decent wing back here, mate. Well, actually,
I seen Defoe the other day. He looked all right still. Could drag him back.
Hey, be more of a centre back these days, wouldn't you?
Oh, fucking hell. Left back on the bench.
Left back in the drinking room. Good evening, Randy. He says, all right, Budgie Cieran. Hope you're well. I think it's still important to see how Potter gets on. As much as pressure on him will be, all depends on the ball. Absolutely. He's saying good evening. Everyone's saying good evening. A wise man once told me, when you are happy, you enjoy the melody. But when you are broken, you understand the lyrics.
Yeah, that's
Pretty profound,
Yeah.
but yeah, I'd go with that.
that's pretty profound.
Yeah, and Taro wants to know if that was Yoda that said that. Good evening,
Hey,
Brendan.
Brendan.
Thank you for joining us, mate. Usual saying good evening to people. All okay. Saying hello. We'll let these people talk in between themselves, and we'll say hello to Daz. Good evening, Daz. Hope you're well, mate. Who else is in? Anyone else? Mark Pendleton. Good evening to you, Mark. Thanks
G'day,
for
Mark.
joining us, mate. Maltese, good to see you, sir. It's been a little while. In fact, last week I think we saw you, but it's been a little while since you've been in. So welcome back, mate. Evening,
Maltese.
good. And of course, Howie is in the house. Camel hair overcoat and a trilby. Absolutely.
What do you reckon, Google?
It's probably
Setting
a
a
Crombie.
style.
Oh no, it's not a Crombie, is it? Too short for a Crombie.
No. I don't know about the orange t-shirt underneath, guys. I think that might spoil their look.
Mark says the Germany under-21s played like Moyes. Yeah, fair shout. I did have a look at the highlights, and that's all I did see. Rich is saying, lovely bit of shark and croc news coming up in about half an hour, guys.
Yeah, a little bit.
Harry wants Beaver Watch. I'll give you an update on that later then, Harry. Give us your phone number. I'll do that personally. I'm not doing that on here. I know I'm playing with it. Oh, rough or smooth? Harry's saying shut.
Landing strip.
Come on, Mark. Really? Already? This time of the evening? Right back behind the goal, he says. Yep.
That's it, Rich.
Nathan. Thank you for joining. Mr. Lamprey is in the house as well.
Right, Lamprey.
Right, Randy, the long question that you have put in, I'm just highlighting it to come back to, mate. I'm just going to quickly go through the chat and see who else is in. That is everybody that's in, actually. So I will put it up now. It says, Budgie and Cieran, are you concerned if we don't win against Sunderland in the first game and it's not a positive start? You worried it could have a ripple effect on how the season progresses? Do you know what? I think, personally, I think from memory, West Ham are either hot or cold on the first day of the season, every season. So, having said that, the season during COVID, when we were playing behind closed doors, we had a crap start to the season, if you remember. The first two games were losses, Newcastle and Palace, I think. I'm not absolutely certain of the two teams, but fairly sure Newcastle's won. And I think we had two losses in our first game, and we were fighting for Champions League places right up until the last 6 weeks of the season. So, no, I don't really think it'll have a ripple effect, but I do think it will be difficult for Potter to get his head up if he loses it. That's just
so that's our first game, Sunderland, Budgie. Is that at home?
Right, hang on. Look, I'll tell you what I'll do quickly. Bosh. There it is. Let me take that comment off quickly.
What's what there?
Right, so no, we're away to Sunderland.
Fuck.
And then we're at home to Chelsea.
Jeez.
And then we're away to Forest. That's our first 3 games.
No, it could be worse. That isn't
away
easy.
to Sunderland, home to Chelsea, and away to Forest. It could be worse, but
look, Sunderland. Look, on paper, mate, we should fucking hammer Sunderland, right? But then again, Sheffield United should have done in their playoff fucking final because Sunderland shouldn't have been there. Sheffield United by far the better team, but they beat them. What worries me about going away to Sunderland, their first opening day of the Premier League season that they haven't had for a while, my God.
Yeah.
That makes it tough. Not the fact that Sunderland, is the fact that you're out there their first game back.
Yeah,
that makes it a tough game, man.
Oh, it's a Saturday, which is, you know,
Yeah.
one thing. But the one thing that really I want to mention is that all of the away supporters, all the guys and girls and kids that go to the away games, that's a long journey for the first game of the season.
Oh, yeah, well, they've got plenty of time to plan for it, Budge.
It's worth their while going, in my opinion, Cieran. So for me, I think it's a case that maybe you know, that the supporters have got to be as vocal as they always are, and they will be, you know. And I think,
I'll be sold out our tickets.
Yeah, oh, definitely.
You'll be up there and stay overnight, whatever. Look, the trouble I've got with that is it just makes it so much tougher because it's their first game back. Right?
Yeah. And it's a tough place to go.
They'll be up for it.
Tough place to go to play football.
Tough place to go, right? So, but what my worry is then looking at them other two fixtures, just the first three, because I like to look at the first four fixtures of the season. Because if you can't get a result at Sunderland, fucking hell, man. I think Chelsea are going to be a real threat next year. I mean, they're going to be up there in the top four. I said that a few months ago. That young team they've got with this Maresca now in there, I think they're going to be a real challenge to the top. Right? They might not challenge winning it, but they're going to be up there. So that's a tough game to have, your first home game. And then away at Forest, you go, ooh, this is tough. That's a tough start, unless you're on it. So to get points out of them 3 games would be good. If you get 4 points out of them 3 games, that wouldn't be so bad.
I've only, on that graphic, I only had up until December. But Mark's got a good point in here, and I did notice it, that we play the same teams back-to-back 6 times throughout the season. So, like, our first, I think it's the first, I think it's the first 6 games, or whatever it is, we play them in the reverse fixtures in the second half of the season.
What do you mean back to back though? We play them 1 week and then play them again the next week. Is that what you mean by back to back?
No, I don't think it's back to back like that. Hang on, won't it?
That's what it sounds like to me.
Let me have a hang on. Look, tell you what I'll do.
It can't be.
Hang on.
No, I must have that wrong. But
bear with me for 1 sec. I'll see if I can get the
once you start pressing buttons,
fixture list up quickly. No. We're all right here, mate. Don't you worry about that. I know exactly what I'm doing now. My mum told me.
You know what I fucking do, Budge? I know that much. A lot more. Just about
I'm just quickly preparing the slide, actually. So.
Oh God.
Oh damn. No, hang on. Wait one. There it is. There. And then there. Right. So let me quickly save that. Birds are happy this morning, mate. I say the birds sound happy this morning.
Oh, did you hear that one, did you? Yeah, they're not prolific. You're a bit quieter too when it comes to winter, but you hear them now and again. I'll tell you what, I did take a bit of enjoyment out of the other day. It's not something I'd normally watch, came up on my YouTube, was that soccer raid. I only watched it because it mentioned Tevez. So, fuck me, I'd like to see Tevez again.
Oh, yeah. He goes out and scored fucking 3, doesn't he?
He comes on after some bench, sticks 4 past him, and just walking past these fuckers. Ding, ding, ding. Fucking still got it. And they're booing him, right? because he fucked off the Man City, I presume. Yeah. But if anyone noticed, Geezer, he done all them 4 goals in the same goal that he done it when he saved their season to beat Man United on the last day.
Yeah,
That's what I loved about it. I went, you fucking
Right, here we go. Look, there's the full fixture list.
Oh
Kieran.
my God. See that?
I know you're not going to be able to see that, are you? So,
Well, just about, Geezer. Just about.
Hang on. Sunderland.
I'm all right. You just tell me what's what.
Yeah.
I don't want to look at it all anyway.
We've got Sunderland, Chelsea first 2 games.
Yeah, got that. Forest.
We've got Sunderland, Chelsea in January. And I think that's what he meant.
Gotcha.
I think that's
It
what
might
he meant.
mean right, the exact reverse of it.
Week up, week after them. Yeah. So he's probably explained it all in the chat now. But anyway.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. I see what you mean. Yeah, the complete reverse of that.
12 points by October. Chris Wilder's available. Good. Let him stay available, mate. Sorry.
Yeah, great.
I don't want him at West Ham. No. Leon, good evening to you, sir. Thank you for joining us, son. Anyone else in bring up the fixtures? Budge, I just did. Do you want me to put them back up again? Hang on.
No, that was ages ago.
Yeah.
You already done that.
Right, there's the fixtures. You're going to have to either have no comments. I'll have a look through the comments, see if there's
you should cover the comments.
Nothing worth putting. Right, so I'll tell you what I'm going to do. What I would rather do is concentrate on the first 10, right? So we're looking at up to, well, let's just say up to the end of October.
Up to Newcastle.
The first 9. I think
Leeds,
by the time we get to play Leeds at
See
Ellen
this?
Road, I think we'll know really what, where I think, where we think Potter's going to be taking us. And if it looks like he's taking us on a slippery slide, that's when we need to think about, in November, we need to think about replacing him. Because we got 4 tough games in November. Burnley's never an easy game. Although I know they're newly promoted. But, we know that Burnley can be a difficult game.
The first 9 games ain't the worst. But
Liverpool are rarely good for us. Mind you, they're all at home. So, actually, there is a little bit of light there. The Bournemouth is the away game. And that's the one that worries me in November. But Arsenal away, Everton away, Leeds away, Sunderland and Forest away, Bournemouth away, United, Brighton and City away in December. I can't see us getting points from any of them away fixtures, mate.
We don't know. I want to see what the team is before we can't. We don't know who's playing or not, do we?
I know, mate, and that's the point. The thing is,
well, the first 10 games are important. They're the first 10 I always judge a manager on, and then he's getting a clean slate for me, sort of. But especially the first 9 games, we'll have an idea about what's going on then, won't we?
Yeah.
Rich said
they gave it to the Man United. Should have done the hammer sign after the goal.
Yeah, I was hoping he'd do that, Rich. I was hoping he'd do that, but he didn't. Yeah.
He didn't, no. Budgie and Cieran, will you try to watch West Ham in the summer series that we will be in before the season starts? Of course I'm going to try, mate. And if I can't watch the whole game, I'll watch the highlights that are available on YouTube. I do have an app that will allow me to watch certain games, but I'm not sure if that summer series will be available on the app that I watch. So apart from Sunderland, next 10 are hard going. I reckon you're right there, Leon. Brentford will be an unknown. Yeah, without Thomas Frank, I suppose you're right. Brendan. Yeah.
They're losing. They're probably losing some of their best players as well.
Hey, Tottenham's going to be an unknown, and that was the 4th game, I believe.
Yeah, we got them early.
Randy says, Leon, that's the worry, mate. Have to win against Sunderland, and don't know if we will get any surprising results again, but it's possible against them, but it's possible. Yeah. Good evening, Adam. Just taking my dog out for a walk. Well, that's very good of you, mate.
Good for you.
Good of you to tune in and have a listen. I know it's very difficult to type while you're walking the dog, especially when you've got to pick up after them. So, I guess you've got the earbuds in, mate. Never mind October. We don't even know what players are coming. According to Sullivan, we have got no money. Absolutely said. Trodge, good evening. I think it's decent for us for opening 3 games. Should be able to pick up a few points.
That's how. Yeah. So I've just seen that, and I think 4 points out of the first 3.
5 of them, that'd be great, wouldn't it?
But it would be nice to start with a win at Sunderland. But it does make it. It's not foregone for any team. I think going there and opening day. Going to be tough.
Out of the 9 points available, I think we got to aim for a minimum of 5. Sorry, a minimum.
I'll take 4 points out of that. I don't expect us to beat Chelsea or get anything, but I'd like to get a point against Forest and maybe a win against Sunderland. That's how I'd look at that.
Going to be a long
But
season.
it will be about how we're playing as well, guys. I mean, if we're fucking dreadful, then you start to worry. But is that how we're playing? We can lose games that you play really well in, and it's not so bad.
Yeah.
I mean, okay.
Leon's saying from August to December looks hard, and I agree. And that was my worry, mate. That was my worry.
It does look hard.
Sunderland will be champions next season.
It's always hard. Whatever we get in the fixture list, it's always hard.
What? No big 6 yet opener? Get away, says Mark.
Yeah, that's surprising. But I say you got Chelsea now. I think big 6 in that first couple of games, and Forest who had a great season.
Yeah. Adam's saying first 3 games will not only be tough, but it has a huge effect on our transfer activity, as Chelsea will not sell or loan players to us until after we play them. So prepare for last-minute deals.
Could be happening, yeah.
I didn't know that, Adam, but that sort of makes sense. That's the kind of business Chelsea do. Always have, always will.
They picked up Liam Delap as well, didn't they, guys?
Yes, they have. Yeah.
Not bad.
Good evening,
Not
Wally.
bad.
How are you, my friend?
Wally.
He's going to be at the Summer Series Man U match in New York City.
Good for you, Wally.
Nice. Rich says, come on, Budge, keep the faith. We'll get at least 8 points from the first 4 games.
There you go, look at that.
Well, that kind of fits in with what I'm kind of looking at anyway, because the first 3, I'm saying we get 5, and then that means we have to get 3 at Tottenham, or against Tottenham. It's possible, it's doable. We've done it a few times. The club has said to judge them at the end of the transfer window. What do you reckon, lads?
Well, what choice do you have, Leo? What choice do you have, mate? We don't. It is pointless judging it now, not knowing what kind of team we're going to have to start the season with. It's pointless. Yeah. All we know is what's definitely gone and what could be going. We don't know what's coming in. We don't know one player that's coming in. So it is hard to judge it. I can't be asked. I'm going to wait until we see when that
opening
game of the season starts. I can look at the team and go, okay, that's it. I'd imagine that the transfer window goes beyond the start of the season this year. I'm guessing. Yeah. So but still, we want to see a team out there who can compete in the start of the season.
Yeah. Mark says, "What when we've bought no one, Leon?" Leon, if they fail, then that statement will come back and haunt them, especially after Potter also said, "Be excited. Hope that does not bite him as well." Adam, it's been very hot for Buddy Boy, the dog, today, so late night walks when it's cooler is a must. Absolutely, mate.
Oh, yeah, I hear you. You got a bit warm over there, geezer. Is that right? It's a bit warm the last couple of days.
Gosh, yeah. Mate, I walked Marley earlier on and I took a bottle of water for myself and he was panting before we got to the end of the road, so I had to squirt a load in his mouth and all.
What, you got 30 degrees, did you? You get 30?
No, I think it was about 27 or something.
Oh, for fuck's sake. It's a winter's day. Fuck's sake.
Fuck off. Jesus Christ, man. What's up with you? A dog never died not being walked. So look after your animals in the heat, people, and plenty of water.
Yeah, plenty of water goes up. That's all it matters then. Water for them. Guzzle, guzzle, guzzle. They love it.
Yeah. I agree. The club hasn't done anything to ease our stress levels. No, they haven't. Trod says, if we need to wait until the end of the window, then it says to me, penny pinching and lax and...
Fucking lacks money, geezer. That's what it means. Lacks a lot of fucking money.
Randy saying, Leon, once the first signing is in, we will determine the excitement levels. But equally, they can't have an inactive window, as that would be the nuclear option, mate. Yeah, well, I think if there's nobody coming in this window and we're getting rid of all these players, then we're pretty well screwed for the season. He can't play with 13 or 14 players plus academy boys. He just can't do that. It's just not enough players. Even though we ain't got no European football, we're hoping to have some cup games. Think Forest may suffer a drop-off. It's possible, mate, but at the moment, Nuno's got them absolutely buzzing like bees around honey. So I can't see a drop-off yet. Transfer window ends in September before our fourth game versus Spurs.
All right, thanks, Adam. Well, there you go. You're right. There could be some last-minute shit going on back around then, if especially if we had a bad start.
Yeah, and especially as Chelsea and West Ham. Well, Chelsea players have been linked with us, and and also the Kudus thing about him going to Chelsea has been mentioned a few times as well.
Yeah.
You know, and mate, I can't.
I'm not so sure Chelsea. I think I've said it before. I think Kudus would be like, if they're not going to get in Burma, Newcastle. I think Kudus would be perfect at Newcastle.
Yeah.
But I'd rather see him go there than Chelsea or Tottenham. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, I would too. Or Arsenal. I'd hate to see him go to Arsenal. That would kill me.
Don't see that.
If the first signing is Dominic Calvert-Lewin or Brownhill, then we can expect nothing. Adam saying, trust us at the end of the window. We need players and a strategy in place for the first game. We can't wait to start our season in game week 4.
No, you can't. You can't.
Adam, you would hope that if the window kicks in, then the enthusiasm might be in, but does depend on the activity, mate. Yeah, of course it does. In my opinion, Thomas Frank has made a huge mistake leaving Brentford. He's done a good job there. Yeah, mate, agreed, but he is going to a European trophy winner. Yeah, he's going to a European trophy winning club recently. You know, I mean, they're the holders of the Europa League. So, has he done the wrong thing?
No, mate, you can't knock him for taking the opportunity. All these managers take these opportunities, mate, because they're doubling their wages, if not more. And plus, he's going to be playing in Champions League next year. He's ambitious himself as a manager. Yeah. So you can't blame him for it. Whether it works is another kettle of fish, isn't it? But you can't blame him for taking that job.
Apparently, we've already got 2 new signings in Kante and Cummings. And that's not N'Golo Kante. It's a young lad. He's not even related to him, as far as I'm aware.
Is he? No,
he's not even related to him.
It's not feeling. Don't fill me with confidence there.
Oh, mate, apparently it was 32 degrees on the South Downs.
Oh, my word. Fucking get that up. That's more like it.
I'm only 14 miles from the Downs, so it must have been that for
Yeah.
me today. I knew it was bloody hot, but I was just, I don't
32, boy.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Almost Aussie weather. Good evening, Happy.
Yeah.
Nice to see you, love. Thank you for joining us. Sully, the new Mike Ashley. Oh, yeah. Everybody's saying hello to Happy. Damien says, we'll be all right. Damien, I hope you're right, son. I really do. Everyone's saying hello to Happy. Right. Happy saying positive vibes about this window already. Hope everyone is well. Well, I don't know if you saw you've obviously seen the bloody fixtures because it was from your post in the group chat that I've got my graphics. So, yes, you have seen it. How do you feel about the first 3 games, Happy? What are you saying about them? Let us know. Damien, the summer depends on it. Everyone at the club, we need to get their act together. Absolutely. Good evening, Helen. Thank you for joining us, darling.
Great, Helen.
If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. Kudos will go to Spurs, sadly, reckons Adam.
Don't know about that. I don't know about that.
Well, I'm not sure.
But you never know, mate. You never know. They come in with the right offer, he's going.
Yeah, Chelsea and Arsenal are also chancing their arm, as we said earlier. Lovers is in the house. Damien says, I'm just relaxing. We're £33 million away and a manager away from being a decent side. Oh, dear.
I don't see it, but there you
go. Question, would you take Craig Bellamy as manager for next summer? He's doing a great job with Wales, I've got to say.
Yeah.
Do you know
I'd like to reserve judgment on that, see how Potter does. Even though I think I know how Potter's going to go. But yeah. I'd rather see what he does.
If it was a case that we are going to replace our manager anytime soon, he is in with a shout for it for me, I think, because he's done.
It'd be the right time to get him. The World Cup's the end of next season, Geezer, and he'll. After that, then he might not be with Wales. So,
is there anything in the rules that say that you can't manage club and country?
I think there is. Someone tried to do that once. I'm sure the manager done that once.
When it Venables, when he was at Tottenham.
No, I'm not sure if it was England or not, but it was someone else. But no, I don't think you can.
Oh, maybe them jobs were just close together, and I'm remembering.
England wouldn't do that anyway. They wouldn't do that. You're either in or you're out, mate. They ain't paying you millions and millions of pounds.
I'm thinking Craig Bellamy working at West Ham and being the Wales manager. I mean, the Wales manager's a part-time job, isn't it? Surely.
Yeah, I don't know. Probably. I'm not saying they couldn't do it, because fuck me, it's not that often you have to worry about your national team, is it?
Yeah. I suppose that
every break
they are travelling around the country, the world, looking at players.
Yeah, watching games. Hard job that. Tough job, mate. Fucking tough job.
Oh, mate, I'd fucking hate to do that, wouldn't you? Wouldn't you hate to be paid with plane tickets, unlimited plane tickets to wherever you want to go in the world, just because you want to go and have a look at a Welshman kicking a bit of leather?
Yeah, it's not bad, is it?
I'd hate that job, mate. Or even an Englishman. Right, come on, guys. Actually, you've had a look at the fixtures. You kind of know what the fixtures are. What points tally are you looking at for Christmas? and roughly where in the league would you like us to be? Now, I know we're all going to say top 4. Don't be daft, right?
We're not.
Really?
I don't think anyone's going to say that.
Really, right? Where
But
would
again,
you
but
think?
I'd like to. We should, right? We should, as a club, right? And where we are, we should be mid-table. Right? Simple as that. We should be between 7th and 12th. But it's impossible to judge it until I see what players we've got starting this season. It's impossible to say. If we didn't sign anyone, Gazer, from that, I'd be worried. We'd be fighting relegation. We'd be fighting to keep above the bottom 3. But we don't know who's coming in. It's simple as that. And who's going out. Possible.
Happy saying just an inspiring young signing would be decent for now. Trying not to panic. It's early days, etc. But don't want to always see us left behind. I get that. I do get that. And, you know, I mean, like, yeah, I see what you're saying. Maybe a young 24-year-old striker. Erling Haaland, perhaps.
Yeah. See, someone like Liam, that would have fucking lifted fan base.
Oh, it would have been perfect, wouldn't he?
Wouldn't it? That would have been ideal if you'd brought him in. Obviously, it didn't happen. Got bigger ambitions with Chelsea. So
I'm not being funny, mate. I can actually fully understand why Delap went to Chelsea.
oh yeah, I can see
When
why.
you have a look at, you know, their history and everything else, the trophies and everything they've won, you know, they're a bigger pull than.
But I'm looking at that Chelsea team, Budge, and they were about the youngest team in the Premier League last season. And people didn't think they were that good. And at times they weren't that good, but they still finished right up there. You know, that's what I'm saying. Another season of that, with more players that he's bringing in, they could be a serious threat.
They got 5th,
I
didn't
think,
they?
yeah.
So, yeah. What was I going to say? What else have we got? Hang on. Where's my mouse? Mike Ashley has posters of David Sullivan up on his bedroom wall.
I think the difference with Ashley was even better because he left Newcastle in a really good state of affairs financially.
He did.
But anyhow, to take over the new owners.
Yeah.
He was so mean on spending money. That's one of the reasons. But he left them in a good position to buy players when
the club were in a reasonable position, and he got a good amount of money for them. You know, and you know, a constant source of investment if necessary. But they're playing it clever. The owners, the representatives that are the owners, yeah, they're playing it very clever, and they're doing it all the right way. Because what they don't want is too much in-depth investigation into them. You know what I mean? So they're playing everything the right way.
If Newcastle were allowed to spend whatever they wanted, mate, they'd be challenging for the titles, no doubt. I've no doubt about that. They can't. Had to sell two of their great up-and-coming players last season, didn't they? Just to do the PSR fucking bullshit.
Rich, thank you very much, mate. Hit the like button, please, people. Trod says he likes Bellamy's passion.
Yeah, I do, Trod. Always liked it. Always liked it as a player. He was fucking mental. Fucking mad.
Great.
But I do, yeah.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, he's the kind of geezer I would like at West Ham.
Yeah, wish we had Bellamy longer than we did, says David.
Yeah, and me, David.
Yeah.
I really rated him, man. Really rated him.
Who was his striker partner back then? I can't remember who his partner was.
He was so rapid, geezer. I love rapid players, and he was rapid.
Yeah, he was, Can't remember who his fucking strike partner was. It Colton Cole? In one of his
Could be, I just can't remember, to be honest. You know me.
And Trod says, plus he was loyal to us. He was, actually. Quite loyal. Randy's asking, or saying, depending on the opening fixtures, is there a points total you both would like West Ham to get around? Let's say the opening 10 games. Well, we've had a look at them. I reckon we should have at least 16, 17 points by the end of them 10 games.
Yeah,
I'm hoping
15 points. Look, that's the minimum you want is 15 points. After 10 games, you want 15 points. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, you want about 15 after 10. But unless you're flying high, you want fucking 25.
Mark saying Bellamy's run of 9 games unbeaten with Wales included no one of merit. Leon saying Bellamy has a connection. He does. He would get the fans, but he's another pun. I know what you're saying, Trodge. I know what you're saying. He would get the fans on side.
I think he would. Yeah, I think he'd be welcomed for sure.
I'm not being funny now, but I think Mark Noble could step up.
No, I don't see that.
As a manager, he could step up. He don't have to do no coach. Even though he's done his coaching bits and bobs now. I don't see why.
I think that's taking more of a chance than anything. No.
Well, yeah, but that's what I mean.
Maybe
if you're
8 years
gonna
time,
take
maybe.
a chance on anybody, you'd take a chance on Mark Noble, surely.
No, I'd rather not. Bellamy's getting experience. He's got experience with Wales now. As a coach, he's doing well, reasonably well, with a team of no superstars. You know, maybe would have got in there Brennan Johnson. They've got a couple of good players in there, but no top team, and he's doing well with them. So, yeah, he's cut his teeth. I don't want to see Noble in there. In 10 years' time, maybe Noble, think about it. If he's... Noble needs to be on the, assistant manager or assistant coach. He needs to be doing a bit of that if he really has got ambitions to be a manager. He needs to cut his teeth and shit like that. Not just looking after the youth team or whatever. That's not going to do it. He needs to be on the bench.
Nolan role, yeah?
Yeah, exactly. He needs to be a Nolan for us. Whoever that is.
Yeah.
Whether he's even got that, he might not even have any ambitions to be a manager. He might not. Can't be asked with the fucking drama.
I don't know. What better story would there be for an East End?
Yeah, it's a good story. Good story. All right.
And
wherever he wants that.
He's all about his story, isn't he? I mean, if you've heard his interviews, when he was with what's his name, Rio, on that 5 or whatever it's called, 5 with Rio or something, I don't know. Anyway, he's all about his story. He loves to tell his story about how he played for the club that he grew up. Did he mention that when he said we're not run like a circus anymore? Did he mention that? No.
I think he got that wrong. He was a bit premature in that comment.
Yeah, he weren't asked no questions about the ownership.
No.
Mark,
and he would say there's no reason to answer him either.
Yeah, mate, Mark, I'm not being funny, mate. Most people will get stuffed by Belgium. Someone's putting money into the
only just. That's the game, Belgium game though. Like they were 3-0 down, got back to 3-3, and then De Bruyne scored the winner for Belgium 4-3. You know what I mean? Look at the talent that's in that Belgian team. But they rattled them in the end after going 3-0 down. Amazing.
I've got to go right down here. Oh, look, Rich. Bless you, Rich. Thank you, mate. Great show, Budgie and Cieran. They said they were going to take us up to the next level.
Yeah, we're getting there, Rich. We're at some kind of level. I don't know what it is.
Yeah. Yeah, they plonked us in the stadium right next to the river they sold us down. Mate, that's basically. And talking of stadium, don't we, have you seen the latest thing about how Sullivan and Brady and that are going to be pumping loads of money into the stadium? Something like 750 million or something. I don't fucking know. To improve it and change it and put a hotel and a casino in there and all this, that, and the other.
No,
it came out earlier. I'll send you. It's in the group chat, Cieran. The
is it?
budget page. Yeah.
Because I've been saving my phone, Gazer, because you know I'm having problem charging it, so I haven't been looking at anything. Saving power. That's how bad it is.
Cannington then made that skit happen. Sullivan getting in the car, seeing Brady in the other car. Boom. Mitchell, probably another Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Mitchell? Who Mitchell?
Yeah, Mitchell, the other left back. Mitchell.
Mark Pendleton's. Do we have the new Crockwatch fixtures? Crockwatch fixtures. Yes. In fact, you've got 3 minutes until. Actually, it's not. It's now. It's now. I promised you it in 40 to 45 minutes. So let's do it now. Where is it there?
Oh, no.
Here. Crockwatch.
Woo! Yeah, nothing in Australia, mate. The sharks are still a little bit asleep because it's winter. Yeah. But there was one in Florida, on the Florida coast, a little one. A young 9-year-old girl was out there swimming, and a shark, but he bit her hand, tried to bite her hand off, and he attacked her hand, and they got the girl in. She got it back real quick. Lucky enough, it was just her hand, and got to surgery. And they reckon, the last report I saw, is they've saved her hand, so she could move her fingers after they've done all the surgery on her. So good luck to her, poor little thing, 9-year-old. Yeah. So yeah, that's the only shark attack last week. I think that was about the day we done the show last week. But yeah, in Florida. But me watching that shark geezer, right? He's like a marine biologist anyway. And he done a thing about Australia. He said, look, the 3 most bitey sharks in Australia are obviously the great white, the bull shark, and the tiger shark. And his thing was, he said, which shark would you think that you'd survive mostly from in order? So he done that in order. And it was surprising. Because obviously the first thing you pick,
the most survivable.
It is, funny enough, and which is amazing.
I reckon the tiger shark is at the top of the list, saying he's going to kill you.
Yeah, well, I'll read you the stats out, Geezer, but it is relative because it's the amount of attacks that have happened. So with it is relative. He said they've been doing these fucking stats, right, in Australia for 200 years. Right, so he's got them from these stats that they've been doing for the last 200 years. So the great white in that time has bitten 270 people, right? 270 attacks, but there's 67 of them. 67 were fatal. Right. But so he works out the percentages there. 75% survival rate. But they do a lot more attacks than the other two, so it's relative. You know, there's 67 deaths, which is the most out of all 3 of them. But they bite more, right? So then you had the bull shark, right? 157 attacks by the bull shark, 60 fatal. So it's a 62%. Well, mate.
Yeah, I said that's a much larger percentage.
It's a 62% survival rate, right? So the great white, you survive more with the great white, but the great white's bitten 100 more people. So you look at it's relative. The tiger is only 120 attacks, right? 56 fatal and 53% survival rate. So he's the most dangerous, even though he doesn't attack anywhere near as much as the great white or the bull.
That's really interesting, mate. I'm really Keep doing shit like that. I like that because that makes Croc Watcher and Shark Watcher a bit more interesting. See, it'd be interesting if you could get some stats up on Crocs next week.
Yeah, the Croc one. I don't know how to get that one. Yeah, need to find a Croc. There wouldn't be that many with the Crocs. I think most of them are fatal.
You know, like well, regional. You know what I mean? The most amount of attacks regionally.
The difference is
that, you know?
with this tiger, bull, and great white. It goes. If he actually put the map up of Australia and showed you where every attack had been, and it's all around Australia. But it's most fights are attacks is on this east coast where I am, from us down to South Australia, right round the bottom end. That's where the most attacks, and that's where the most people are. You got to remember that too. And a lot of these fatalities as well, early doors. He was saying if you went back, to 1920, when people got bitten, then they usually died because they didn't have the medical help to save them, to stop the bleeding and get them to the hospital in time. We had ambulance drivers, not paramedics. So they normally died back then. More people survive these days, but there's more people in the world.
An helicopter that will land on the nearest beach.
Exactly, yeah. They didn't have any of that then.
No, of course not.
So,
in fact,
but that total, Gazer, 183 people have died in 200 years from shark attack.
So it's less than one a year.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's always been the case here. That's why it was so amazing this year, wasn't it? At the beginning of the year, we had 4 people dead from December. We had 4 attacks in the fight.
Yeah.
It was, very unusual. Very high rate. Fuck.
Yeah.
So, it's about 1 a year.
I'm going to have a quick look in the chat.
Might have bored the shit out of some people. That's
hang on, I think they're actually right. What's this? Shark pizzle soup is a delicacy in Borneo, a rite of passage. You mean sharks doodah?
Doodah, oh yeah, could be, yeah.
Right, let's have a look at any. There's loads of stuff here on the. Okay. Right, now what was that about? There it is. Right, unless we have a plan for Guilherme, you play him in a 10 or a right wing, or sell with a clause. Well, the thing is, there is already talk about him going, and I was going to mention that earlier.
Right. I'd like to see him stay.
So I would as well. Damien says I'd be looking at a left wing in the even if that means cashing in on Guilherme early or a loan to buy. Needs someone natural on that left side. And we have in Somerville. Why is everybody not thinking about? I know he's been injured and stuff, but we have got him, and
we hope he comes. We saw him that one little bit before he got injured, and he had that game, was it Villa? He was on the right and was doing really well, and then we haven't seen him since. Now, he could play the left or the right. You lose, trouble is with the right, like Kudos, you got Bowen there. So the left is ideal for him. But to me, it will be like a new signing because we had never seen him, and I think it could be a good signing. And he could do well on the left. So you've got to keep Somerville. Hope you can get him back to what he was in the championship.
No matter who we've got on the right, they've got Wan-Bissaka right behind them as well. Which is like a double pivot down that right-hand side every time. He works well with anyone down that right, doesn't he? And he can do it on the left.
It's so good,
the left wing back, he can do it.
Yeah, it's great to see when you've got a left or a right winger and a left back or right, when they work together, it's a joy, isn't it? When you see them interact, when it works. Like Emerson and Paquetá, they worked for a while there. They were interacting really well there on that left. It's good to see. Wan-Bissaka's trying to do it with Bowen. It's good, man. I'd like to see it.
And, he on the first game, well, not the first game, but when we first got him, we played Palace shortly after we got him. And he'd come from Palace originally, hadn't he? To United and then us. And when he was playing against Palace, I knew on that day that he was going to be something special for us. And like there was all that talk about he couldn't get forward, and he's not very good at his crossing. I'll tell you what, right? His assist rate has been really good this season, or his pre-assist rate even. But his goal involvement, directly or indirectly, has been really good this season, which is one of the reasons why he got, Hammer of the Year, because he was so influential down that right or on the left on the occasions that he would.
Could his balls into the box be improved, or could it be better? Yeah, of course it could. He's no Alexander Arnold when it comes to delivering that ball, but his whole involvement on that right side has been fantastic. I think it's been really good, and his defensive work. Yeah. So yeah, I like him. I'm really, really pleased for him.
Sorry, I'll go to your comment first, Damien. Somerville is only one player, and he is injured. We have one right-footed winger and 3 left-footed wingers. Well, maybe we should accept the fact that we have a left-footed winger on the left. Maybe we should accept that, But if you can't sell Kudus, everyone's at risk, says Trodge. Iron Disciple, good evening, mate. Guilherme is fast and direct when actually played. I've spoken to people who've worked alongside Guilherme, and he's multidisciplinary. Just don't get the chance, was somehow deemed second string.
Yes, hard to know. I've not seen enough of him to do it. Look, he was punted in Brazil, right, as a real talent and a top player that's going to make it. Right, we don't know. Yeah. We sort of overpaid for him, but I can accept giving him time.
He was one of 3
just got to see him on the pitch.
Future Lionel Messi or whatever.
I just thought he could have had more minutes near the end of that season from Potter. He could have played him more just to get a better look at him. And it worries me that he didn't, because maybe he doesn't think he is that good. I don't know. But I'm hoping he does come good.
There you go. Damien's saying Somerville will not succeed anywhere other than left wing at West Ham.
It's got to be that.
We have got him. And when he's fit, that's where he will slot in. And I know that because that's where Potter put him. Not Potter. What's his name? Lopetegui, wasn't it? No, it was Potter. It was Potter that played him, wasn't it? Anyway, he was played up on that left-hand side.
Not seen enough of
him. Good. Right, they're talking about players. I'm not going to put those comments up. Right, no idea why Guilherme didn't get more minutes. I think maybe his age had something to do with it. He was struggling with the language, may have been a bit of an issue, but then Paqueta and Emerson would have helped him with that. So, it is.
No, if he was really good, mate, he could speak Martian, he'd put him on if he was that good. It worries me that Potter might not rate him that highly, or he's not performing as well as we think he can. So sometimes, the coaching staff know a lot more than we do.
Yeah.
See him every day.
Leon, he had his operation 5 weeks ago. It's a 6 to 8 week recovery or return. 6 to 8 week return. So anytime within the next 2 to 3 weeks, mate. He's an untapped potential. He would have been cut right if given the chance. Yeah.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. I'm wondering if there is a plan for him. At the moment, I thought Somerville was not going to be back around the start of the season, mate. No.
Yeah, that's the first I heard, Randy.
I heard it was a 6 to 8 return. 6 to 8 week return.
No, I heard it'd be around the beginning of the season before he's back and rehabbed and match fit. That's what I was told.
Right, okay. Rehab and match fit, yeah. So he could come back within the next 3 weeks and start
maybe.
training.
Yeah, I'd say that. Yeah. Could be back in training. But he's on holiday anyway. Not holiday. Fuck that training shit.
Mate, we should be bosses down there, like down at that thing. We go to them, wait, come on, get yourself on that pitch and stop acting like a girl. If Potter had tried him at left wing back, I would have rated it. I get where you're coming from. That's actually not a bad shout, Damien. But in my opinion, I think Emerson was quality when he came to us. And the only reason I think he dropped off last season was because I think he was pissed off with the situation with the management. And that is my honest belief. I still rate Emerson. I think he's still one of the better players on that left-hand side. And, of course, Creswell did his job for many years as well. He's got a higher footballing IQ than Kudus, and he's only 18. That's what I'm saying. He's a young lad. He is a young lad. Guilherme's not on the same level as Kudus. No, he's not. But he's one of them very special talents, Damien, as you've already rightly said. He's a special talent. He is.
Yeah.
Sunbill, please stay, dear God. Absolutely, Iron Disciple.
Yeah. I think he will. He's not going anywhere, mate. No one's buying him anyway, being, from the injury he's come back. They'll want to see him after that injury and see how he performs. So I don't think anyone would come in for him. So I think we've got no problems keeping Sunderland. Just going to hope he comes good. Because it could be essential next season. We might need it badly.
Randy's asking, in terms of the season coming soon, do you both have any expectations for Potter that need to be met despite the window not concluded? Well, yeah, I think the first thing is that the players that he has got and the players that are going to come in need to be all singing off the same hymn sheet. And that's my immediate expectation of Potter, is to get all of the players on board. Just like David Moyes did, he had them all on board. They all believed in his game philosophy and everything, and his tactics and his approach. They all got on board with it, with David Moyes. And I'm hoping they can do the same. And I'm hoping that Potter can be characterful enough to make that happen. That's my immediate hope for him. What about you, Cieran?
Yeah, my expectations is will be that first game of the season, and the team that takes the pitch. Then I'll look at it for expectations. I just don't know. I don't. We need a left back badly now, really.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure. We don't know who's leaving, Gazer. We don't. Are we going to have Paquetá? Yeah, are we going to have Paquetá? Are we going to? Is Emerson still going to leave? Is Kudus going to leave? It's hard to expect anything until you know who's actually gone. Kudus as well, and who's actually come in. It would have been great for the fan base, I think, if we, in that first little window, and we never got it, but if we could have signed a player that everyone saw went, oh, wow, that's a good start. But we didn't.
Yeah.
So everyone's nervous. So it's hard to have any expectations until we see that first team that takes the pitch against Sunderland. So, no, I don't have any expectation. I do expect us not to be fighting relegation, but that's not a fucking foregone conclusion either if we don't get this window right. And I always say you live and die by your recruitment. I think a lot of our recruitment in the last 3 or 4 years, we've died because, we've wasted so much of that Declan Rice money on players. It's unbelievable. It's absolutely incompetent, some of the people we brought in and lost money on. So, do I have faith in these fuckers? Not really. But we need to get it right, Geezer. This window is the most important one I've seen for a long, long time. Long time.
Yeah.
And it's not, you don't even know if you're going to have full crew. You have to keep him, really, I think. Have to. And we need to bring in another one, another striker, which we're not very good at. And we've seen from the last fucking 8 years, we're not very good at bringing in strikers. And we need one.
Yeah. And Antonio turned out for Jamaica the other night.
Yeah, he had 10 minutes or so, didn't he? Someone told, I heard. But Jesus, well, one thing I will say for him personally, that is amazing. That man's injury and what he done to his leg, he should never be playing football again in my mind. I've given up on him. He's never going to play. For him to actually, that's a testament of that player in his determination. I'll give him that. Do I think is the answer for us? No, I do not. But my God, I've got to give him credit and kudos to fucking hell to be back on a pitch after that. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, that Chelsea player, Mahalo Mudryk, got a 4-year ban.
Did he?
Yes.
Who did he?
I can't remember what it was for. Though. Let me see. I'll quickly have a look.
What did he do, Budge?
Well, that's what I'm just about to have a look at, mate. Hang on 1 second.
Do you know the best signing I've seen?
Doping.
What's that, mate?
Doping.
Naughty boy. Jesus, fuck.
Well, I don't know if he actually did. There, look, Mark's put it in the chat there. I don't know if he'd actually got the 4-year ban. The article I got was that he was facing a 4-year ban.
Yeah, that could be different. Yeah, I've not seen anything about it.
I mean, Mark, let me know if it's actually been confirmed, please, or whether it's.
Well, even for them to be saying that, Budge, he must have failed the test, has he? That how it's going?
I don't know. Antonio, guan. Was good to see him go on. Well, I haven't watched the highlights of it. I've got to be honest.
No, I haven't seen anything, Gazer. No, but man, it is
great.
something.
As you said, Cieran, it's great for him. It's a personal milestone. You know, he's come back and played international football straight away.
You mean, fuck me.
I mean, I know. You know, Jamaica.
He done that, right? Let's put it in context, right? What's Somerville got? He's only got torn hammy or whatever. He's done that in that car, and he's back before Somerville. That's fucking unbelievable, man. Fuck me, that's crazy.
Yeah,
great, so personally, it's a hell of an achievement.
Ian says Antonio has it in him. He wants to get that comeback. If he played an opening game and got a goal, I would cry.
It would be something amazing, Owen, wouldn't it?
It would be a lump in your throat moment, though, wouldn't it? You know what I mean? If he come, you know, if it was
come up for the last 10 minutes or so,
or whoever he did it for, it would be fantastic. Give Sullivan and Brady a 4-year ban, then we'll be okay. Why is it always Chelsea? Leon, it's a nice moment for him, but I still feel we need a younger option. Of course we do, Randy. But, you know, my point is that I would not be averse to giving Mickey a pay-as-you-play deal.
No, I'd give him that, but I wouldn't be relying on it.
I would say to him that you can have a pay-as-you-play deal, you can train for free.
Yeah.
There you go.
Let's put it this way. I wouldn't want to think, we've got Antonio, so let's not buy another striker. That would be crazy. I mean, that would be
stupid. That would be David Moyes stupid. That would. What's this? The feeling I'm getting from social media is that Antonio might get looked after. I hope so, purely for morale. That sounds good. I mean, like I said, a pay-as-you-play. He couldn't grumble with that, surely. You know, it only takes something to snap that flipping injury again. You know, and then that's it, done, isn't it? You know. They had Mutu too. You have to give Antonio credit. I mean, come on. Yeah, absolutely, Damien.
We are. Damien's fucking amazing.
Balls, man. Massive balls on him. Time for him to move. Balance, etc. 196 days it took him to return. 196 days, Cieran.
Unbelievable.
Fucking amazing.
Unbelievable.
Damien, you've been counting. Yeah, of course he has. He loves him. It's his boy, mate. I'm telling you. And I don't mean any disrespect by that, Damien. We all know the love you have for that man, and rightfully so. He's earned it, you know. Oh yeah, won't read that out. Oh, Mutu had to pay back 15 million to Chelsea. I wonder if they will get Compo from Mudrich.
There you go. I'd imagine if it's if he gets done for being illegal, Jesus, he's really in the shit.
Trodge, I believe he was in that region somewhere, about 86 or 87. I'm pretty sure he was. Someone will Google it and put it in chat. Yeah.
He's man.
A lot of shit. Oh, there you go. 88 it was. According to Mark. Thank you, Mark.
What was?
Mudrick. Carlo Mudrick.
88 mil.
Yeah.
The best buy I've seen, guys, I was going to say earlier, I've seen in that, I just saw it the other day, I went, oh my God, is Florian Wirtz to Liverpool. Fucking, what a player that boy is. What a player, what a buy that is. 100 million plus 16 million add-ons.
Mate, the title's theirs again.
Fucking hell. And then they brought in Frimpong and Kirkhead. Left some right.
That's what I'm saying. With the players they've brought in, it's all over.
Looking good.
Even City, I mean, I know City have brought in a couple of players, but I can't.
Yeah, they brought in a couple of good players. But that's Florian Wirtz. I've been rating him for a long time now, since we played him at Leverkusen. Fucking something.
Let's chill. What will be, babe. That's how it's always been. But we always get a little heated over it at times. Everyone's saying hi to Lynn. And Antonio is my man. I love seeing him stateside get a goal on pallets. Beast mode eyewitness. Yeah.
Pretty awesome to behold when he's in beast mode, isn't he?
I'll tell you what, I saw what is undoubtedly my favourite Mikel Antonio goal live. And the reason it's my favourite is because there was a touch of Didier Drogba about it, right? So it was the Brighton game, the Brighton away game. I was actually in the stand where he scored the goal. And the ball came to him and he did like a double switch move.
Yeah, I remember that bunch, yeah.
Forwards, backwards, and then forwards again.
Done the gaze again.
Smashed it into the bottom corner. And
yeah,
for me, there was a touch of Didier Drogba about it. And that was undoubtedly my favourite goal. A, because I witnessed it happen at the time, but also because of his movement. It was so good, you know. It didn't look Cristiano Ronaldo, but for Mickey Antonio, he looked like he was dancing on ice, mate. I'm telling you, it was beautiful. Lovely to see live. And I've watched the replay of it probably 40 or 50 times now because I just love that goal. One of my favourite goals of that season as well, actually, to be fair. We're talking about Mourinho. What the heck are we talking about Mourinho for? Yeah, Ted's saying, okay, Lynn, let's all chill out. Right, okay, so Randy likes the look of Honus at Stuttgart, but still think there's something in the team, whether Potter changing his mind. Still need convincing. That's it. Right. Who else we got in here? Damien says, I've not missed Graham Potter's pressers in the slightest.
Oh, no, mate. I only watched about 2, Damien, to be honest, and then I went, oh, can't be bothered to listen to this shit. I haven't watched any since. Oh, my God.
Ian says he remembers that double switch. Fire. Yeah, mate.
Honestly, yeah, I remember
it. Every time I look at it, I have to go, that's Mikel Antonio, not Didier Drogba. Do you know what I mean? It was brilliant.
Done the games are real good. Yeah. Drop the shoulder one way, come back the other, bang. See you later, mate.
Twice. He did it twice, though. He made the defender come forward with him, then took him back again. The defender was on his way back when he was going back forward. It was brilliant.
It was good. Yeah, well, let's hope we see another one. First day of the season comes on the last 10 minutes, scores the winner.
Sean's missed.
Yeah, you'll have to go back, mate.
Yeah, you'll have to rewind. It was on at exactly 10:45. So have a look back. It's quite an interesting one tonight, actually, Sean. You'll have to have a look back.
If you're into shark statistics, it's
a real good one. Yeah. Fresh midfielder missed the shark and croc watch. Look, we were competitive.
Yeah, got it. You only choose him for that. Fucks off again.
No spoilers, he says. No spoilers. Don't nobody spoil it. We won the cup in '64, beat Preston 3-2. That's the only spoiler you're getting, Sean. So guys, let's have I did actually ask you earlier on in the show, and I completely missed all of the comments because we had Shark Watch, and I just skipped right down and missed a load of them. So my apologies. How many points are we going to get by Christmas, guys? Put it in the chat, please. By Christmas. So now, hang on. Let me put the.
How many do we want? Or how many we're going to get?
How many are we likely to get? Right. This is just the. Hang on. Let me get rid of that comment. Right. This is just the fixtures up to December the 30th. Right. Up till New Year's Eve. So we have 3, 6, 9, 14, 13, 15, 17, 19 games in that time. Okay. And we are playing that's everybody. That's all 19 first round games of the fixtures. So that's basically a half of the season, isn't it? Yeah, of course it is. So how many points are we looking at by the end of December? Not by Christmas, by the end of December. Bearing in mind that with 19 games,
I've just had a little total of me head just running through them where I think we got points. I tell you what, December is a fucking really tough month, man. You've got City, you've got Brighton, then Villa, then Man City again.
Yeah.
No, Man United, and Man City. You've got Villa, Brighton, Fulham, and Brighton again. Fuck me, that's a tough month.
Yeah, playing Brighton twice in the same month to actually turn the second half of the season over, as it were. But the thing is, it looks like, hang on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. Well, that would be, wouldn't it? There's 19 games, you soppy git. We've got one more home game than away game up till Brighton, second game. Brighton at home. So
I'll tell you what, fucking hell. I'm just on the rough guess, not knowing what team we've got or what fucking whatever. We don't know, right? But I'm looking all right, where should we pick up points? And I've come up to about 19, 20 points.
yeah, that's kind of where I was at. I was thinking between 19 and 22.
I want more.
Yeah,
I want more.
I'm thinking between 19 to 22. I'm giving myself a little bit of a cushion.
Yeah.
19 to 22 points. I'm
isn't great.
Between 17 and 19. You know, either 16 and 19, let's say. But I would like us to have between 19 and 22 points. Right. So, Mark Pennington's
25.
20.
Yeah, that's where I'm at, Mark. That's
Sean
where I'm
said
at.
57. That's all the points you can. He thinks we're going to win every game.
Treble 19 game that. Treble 19 if you go for the darts.
Yeah, that's the one, mate. Damien thinks Arteta would do well with this group. Not a chance. I would not want him near us. Don't like him. Don't like him as a person. Don't like him as a coach. Usual think we get 7 points.
Oh, well.
Ted Hammer thinks 10.
Jesus Christ, 10. With more fucking...
Randy's a bit more realistic with 15 to 20. 24 out of the 60 available up till Christmas. Damien thinks 7 points in 19 games.
No, 19, 20. That's me. I mean, we have to be there. Jesus, not
Usual's going to say 5. Usual's going to say 5. 11 to the end of December, Ted says.
Fucking. We're in trouble then.
I'm afraid to predict it's all a matter of what chips fall.
No matter who we sign, who we don't, who we lose.
Yeah. So Rich thinks 14 out of the 57 available.
Yeah, that wouldn't be good. That means we are in a fight. That sort of number. You need to be up there, you know, your halfway mark of 40. Not that you need 40 these days. I mean, last season, Jesus Christ, was it 25 points would have kept you up?
Mm-hmm.
Unbelievable when you think about it. But I don't think Leeds are going to be one of them 3 going straight back down either.
Yeah. Good morning to you, Ryan. Will we have enough players for the start of the season? Budgie, get your boots on. Mate, I'd love to play left midfield for them. Love to. I'd have that place ticking.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mate, listen, Ryan, that is actually quite a serious question. Will we have enough players? Or will we be fielding early on the bench?
I say that's why you don't judge it until we get to that start of the season. We don't know. We haven't got enough players and we don't bring anyone in, do we? Simple as that, because we lose them. Probably going to lose 7 or 8. So we have to bring in players. It's not a question. It's got to happen. We just don't know who.
Great question, usual. Fries or chips? Chips every time, mate.
Chips. Can do both, though. Don't worry about that.
Last season, we only got was it 19 points after.
Is that what it was, Ted? Yeah.
At the beginning of the season, is it?
Well, like I say, if you looked at it, in hindsight, you only needed 6 more points after that to fucking survive, which is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
You know, and when you think we got relegated on 42 points.
Yeah.
There you go.
Mark says pomfret, which is just French
Pomfrets.
word.
You're right. Very French.
Very French. Randy says chips. Hate to think about relegation. That happens. It's mayhem. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we can't go down that road, mate. We just can't.
Nick Gore, good evening. Don't know
Hey,
what
Nick.
that's all about, but good evening to you, sir. Adam says, it's my dry sense of humour, lad. Sorry about the delivery. No, it's fine, mate. It's absolutely fine. Absolutely. Mate, when you're delivering something to the UK or around the world from Oz, it's understandable how the delivery comes across. I should have said it with an Aussie accent. It would have been funny.
Yeah.
I can't do an Aussie accent very well. Roast lamb or roast beef? Now, it's got to be beef for me.
Got to take both. If roast beef is done medium rare, roast beef, that's me.
That's
medium rare. Beautiful.
Yeah. And I do love roast lamb because I absolutely adore fresh mint sauce.
Yeah, me too, son. I like a bit of lamb.
I do. I love making my own mint sauce with my own mint, you know. I grow the mint, make my own sauce.
Yeah,
I love it. I always use brown sugar melted in warm vinegar. It's great. Oh, it's lovely. If we can get the right players in, says Rich. Yep. Lads, West Ham turned Sunderland over 5-0.
Nick, we'll take that shot. Fuck it. If we were at home, you know what I mean? If we were at home in Sunderland first game, I'd say it's a must win, right? You've got to put these teams away because they're not that good. They are championship, especially Sunderland are a championship side. But away there, first game back for them in the Premier League, it's a tough
they're
fixture.
going to be at it. They're going to be at it.
Yeah, and they'll be up for it. Whether they're good enough is another question, but we don't know if they're good enough.
The other thing I was going to say was that if it's going to be a 5-0 win for us over Sunderland, it's got the fifth goal has got to be a header in from a corner from Areola.
Fucking game of you playing.
Let him knock one in.
Wait, this ain't Ange Postecoglou, geezer. That ain't happening.
Usual loves lamb, look. Kangaroos or crocodiles?
I've eaten both, but I'm not too keen on either.
Actually, no, I think I'd rather fight a crocodile. If I get on his back, he's fucked. Same with a root, actually. If I get on its back, mate, I'm twisting it up like a pretzel.
You can get kangaroo burgers here, geezer. You fancy one of them?
Do you know what? I'd give anything a go once.
Kangaroo pies?
I know, I wouldn't one of them. Fucking thing, trying to cut it up and it's jumping round the plate. I ain't having that.
They're available.
You get a little pocket in it with the gravy in there.
Yeah, that's it. Fucking silly animal there.
Yeah. Iron says lamb. Rich says fries. Iron says fries with a burger. Nick, probably more like 10 low scoring, but let's see, mate. Oh, for God's sake, Sean. Emu or cassowary?
Well, I've never met a cassowary, but I've met plenty of emus when I was working out west, mate. Fucking shitloads of them. Fuck me quick. I remember driving down a track right in this four-wheel drive doing about 30 k's an hour. And this emu was running with us right next to us. And it was keeping up with the car doing 30 k's.
What's that in English?
Don't know what it is miles per hour. Probably less. Probably 20 something.
24, 25?
Could be, yeah. Could be about that. But fuck yeah. They can run, mate. They can run quick. I nearly run two over as well. Come over this brow of a hill in the car on the main road. And fuck, there was 4 of them standing right in front of me. I had to hit the brakes and just stopped. And they just stood there looking at me. They're thick as fuck sometimes. And I just screeched it to a halt before I hit them. Because they do some damage to your car if you hit one of them, mate. They're huge.
Damien's not asking for much. I'd take an FA Cup, a decent Champions League campaign, and the top 4 finish, to be honest.
Yeah, that's pretty ambitious, Damien.
Oh, hang on.
Mate, I'd take 15th in the league and winning an FA Cup all day long.
Yeah.
All day long. I wouldn't care about my league position if I could win an FA Cup.
Something, though? Even an FA Cup final would do me, to be fair. Even if we didn't
Well, yeah,
get like 2006. I mean, of course, I was disappointed, and it fucking hurts every time I see the highlights come up on YouTube.
I've never watched the highlights games since that day. I've
never watched them. I watched the game live. I've never watched it since.
That hurt.
I won't. Really hurt. And if we got to another final and lost it, I could probably never watch that again either. No. But I'm damn sure I'd be in that fucking stadium watching it this time round.
But to get to a final is the main thing, and then all finals you can toss a coin sometimes. Yeah, you really can. Yeah. You know, and that's just the way it goes. But it's nice to get to one. But I wouldn't care about my league position if we got to an FA Cup final. Fuck the league position.
Usual wants to know front or back door. Well, usual, my back door's never locked.
Take that as you will.
Yeah. Love both, but it has to be beef. Yeah. Nick, Leon, me too, mate.
Yeah, that's it.
Right. Dauphinoise or pomme anard?
Oh, God. Neither.
Right. So, they're both. I think they're both in cheese sauce and garlic, etc.
Yeah, I love the cheese, so no.
But Dauphinoise, I've had many times. I don't really know what pomme anard is, or anard. No. Anard. I'm assuming it's something similar, but so I would have to say Dauphinoise, and I call it dolphin nose. Rich like lamb. Iron says we better turn over Sunderland. Yeah, I hope we do, mate. AC or DC? How many points to finish 10th this year? Judging by last season?
Probably about 48.
48, 50. Yeah, 48 to 50. I was going to say 50 off the bat.
Even though I don't believe, the likes of Man United and Tottenham are ever going to be anywhere near where they were this year. They're going to be a lot further up the table. Both of them.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah. I think it's going to be an effort to finish 10th.
Yeah. Oh, Mark, really? Spurs or Arsenal?
Oh, neither.
No.
Neither.
No, mate. They can both rock for all I fucking care. Imagine if Potter pulls a Pardew at the end of the year and jumps in the crowd. Oh, dear.
He's going to be doing something right to be doing that. Otherwise, he's going to get dragged in and killed.
Leon says, lamb with crushed fennel seed gravy. Taste sensation. Yeah, that sounds great, actually.
Crushed fennel seed gravy. Different.
Yeah. Iron wants to know if kangaroo is good.
Yeah, it's. I think it's one of them meat skis that depends on the chef. If you go to a restaurant and they've got it on the menu, depends how they cook it. It's one of them. If it's not cooked right, it's fucking chewy and not very nice. I just thought it was pretty bland when I had it. Yeah. It was a long time ago.
Sean saying Roo burger at the Sir, though, you bogan.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, get Roo pie, guys.
Yeah. Gravy in the pocket. Cow pie. They're talking to each other. Budgie and Cieran, if you have a favourite meal, what would it be?
Fuck
Great
knows.
question. For me, it'll be one that you've never heard of, and one, if I told you what it was, you would judge it before you've eaten it. And it's amazing. Basically, it's lamb cutlets or chops in a tomato-based sauce, and that's all I will tell you. It's beautiful, beautiful. I'll tell you about it in the green room later, Cieran. I'm not telling everybody else because they just laugh at me.
When I used to go to an Italian restaurant here, I used to love their what's it called? The Scallopina al funghi. Like a chicken schnitzel in a. It's a veal schnitzel type thing in a mushroom sauce. Beautiful.
Do they have a kangaroo crossing sign in Australia? Yeah.
No, they just have kangaroo warning signs, mate. That's all they got.
If I remember rightly, isn't it a sort of diamond-shaped yellow one with a black band round it and just a silhouette of a kangaroo in it?
Yeah. That for
And
them
it's
and
still like that,
koalas.
is it? It's still like that, is it?
Yeah, yeah.
Do you know the first time I ever saw that road sign? The movie Mad Max.
Yeah, that's the one, man. That's it. Kangaroo, mate. Because when you hit one,
you see a roo in that film or any of them films. You never actually see
probably
a
all
roo.
dead off. It was the apocalypse. Probably killed all the roos. Ate them all. But yeah, we hit a kangaroo when I was out west, right? But we had a big bull bar on the front, thank fuck, and bang, they just jump out in front of you, guys. It was a nightmare, absolute nightmare. But you know, if you haven't got that bull bar on, Jesus, you know, it'll do some damage.
The roos come up to the back door or go through people's yards. I am Disciple wants to know.
Yeah, they do in certain areas where there are a lot of kangaroos. Often, when I was working out there, I knew this landowner because I was controlling the line of the power line. I was talking to him, and he'd run over a kangaroo, right, not far from his property.
Yeah.
But the local farmers there always go and check the pouch in case they've got a joey inside, and there was one. So he got the joey and he brought it home and fed it. And when I went to see him, you know what I mean, he's jumping about like a little dog, you know. He'd come up to you, fucking stroke him, fucking beautiful. But yeah, they always check to see if they can save the joey, like if you've killed the fucking mum. You know, which is a shame. But like I said, it's hard to know. They jump out in front of you, goose. It's hard to avoid them sometimes.
Yeah.
So he had it as a pet, this little joey bouncing around, mate. He was friendly as fuck. Brilliant.
Yeah. Yeah. So I suppose like a road accident like that, killing a kangaroo, isn't unlawful. But going out and hunting them is unlawful, isn't it?
You need a license to do it, geezer. There are licensed shooters that have a license, and what they do, when you need to cull them, when the numbers are so... Yeah, they're so big at times. They go out shooting them, but they'll have a freezer truck near them, and they'll skin it, and they'll put it into the freezer truck and take it away for either pet meat or whatever. The restaurants might. It's not a big thing here, eating kangaroo. So most of it might go to pet meat, but the skins, they'll keep the skins. They use the skin. A lot of football boots are made with kangaroo skin.
No,
didn't know that.
Really?
Yeah. A lot of football boots are made with kangaroo skin because it's so soft. The skin itself is really soft and malleable. So a lot of that. So you'll get that. But you know, when you see the big fucking road trains out west, like they're 3 carriages long, huge, with a big bull bar, if a load of kangaroos in front of them, mate, they just plough through them. They just cannot. They won't stop. They'll just fucking. And you just hope they give the horn, hope they just jump out of the way. But sometimes they're so stupid. They look at, especially at night, they look at the lights of the truck, saying, "What the fuck's that?" And then bang.
Right. So I'm actually not in Australia, but yeah. Would a Cockney young Londoner fit in Australia? Love to come over. Well, you're looking at one that was a young Cockney.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, not a problem, Nick. Not a problem, man. You'll be right now. It was a bit tougher in my day when I first got here. I did get a lot of anti-pom shit, but that's sort of by the wayside these days. So you'll be fine.
Yeah. Yeah. And, to be fair, like they are quite choosy about who they allow to emigrate out there now, aren't they? They're a lot more selective now.
It's a lot harder.
I'm not suggesting that you sort of slip through the net or anything.
Yeah, I think you are. I think you fucking are, mate. But yeah, it's a lot harder to get here these days than what it used to be. Well,
yeah. But yeah.
But it is a culture shock. It's a complete different place, man. When you come here, it's very different.
Yeah.
Yeah, we knew what you meant, Nick.
Yeah. I just did that one. What happened there then? Did that one come up again? Oh, look at that. My favourite album from The Who has to be Quadrophenia.
Yeah. Good.
What
Love the movie.
Album.
Love the movie.
Tommy was a good album as well.
I wasn't a great fan of Who. I like the Who. I wasn't a massive fan, but I did like Quadrophenia. The film and the music was fantastic.
Yeah, yeah. One of the scenes having been shot as they were coming through Crawley.
Lovely.
Yeah, well, actually, it wasn't actually Crawley, and it wasn't actually the road to Brighton they filmed it on. It was Copthorne, which is not far from here. And from where they were coming from, they would use the A23, not the road they were on. So it's only because I'm a local, I kind of noticed that it's not the right road, on that one scene.
Yeah, it was amazing that Sting was in it, wasn't he? So,
yeah, it was his first acting role, wasn't it?
I think so.
It was, yeah. Oh, great lyrics. Money in my pocket, but I just can't get no love. Dennis Brown.
Lovely. Who was that, geezer?
Dennis Brown.
Dennis Brown was a cracking track, wasn't it? So
yeah.
Actually,
he's one of my all-time favourite singers of any genre. I know he's predominantly reggae, and he did one kind of soulful album which I really didn't like very much. Loved his voice, but not the music, But his reggae stuff, I mean, I can sit and listen to Dennis Brown for hours, days even, his voice. And that guy was one of the highest rated reggae artists of his day, and he only had one working lung. He had pneumonia when he was a child, and one of his lungs collapsed and never worked. But his other lung did. His left lung collapsed, his right lung worked. Hang on. Nick says he's black like the dark side of the moon. Mate, that doesn't matter. That does not matter in the slightest what colour you are. You can be green for all those here.
Mate, it wouldn't matter if you came here and you're black, mate. Don't you worry about it. Mate, the native people in this country are black.
Exactly. Yeah. Nick, you should never, ever, ever say, but I'm black. You should be proud of the fact that you're black, mate.
Not a problem, mate.
We don't have no racism or nothing like that here or anywhere. Like, I mean, I know we do in the country, but not in this chat. We don't have it. If I see it, it's gone. And so are the people saying it. And they're gone for good. They don't come back. How do we get in the group chat? I'll have to get Russ to do a video or something about that. Because the group chat that I'm talking about with Cieran is kind of just for us content creators and one or two of the moderators are in it as well. So, yeah, I wouldn't be able to put you into that one, I'm afraid, mate. And it would probably be a WhatsApp one, so you'd have to give your number up to whoever's organising it. Iron says his favourite Pink Floyd album was the one they had the live version of Astronomy Domain.
Don't talk to me about fucking Pink Floyd, mate. Never really liked them, but bar a couple of tracks I do, right? Let's get this right. But I remember when I was working out at Westgate, it's like a 5-hour drive to the airport, right? And we used to have a bus take us, we would fly in, fly out where we were working, right? You could jump on the coach that take you to the airport. But this geezer was driving. He said, mate, I'm driving to the airport. If you want to, nice geezer, right? He said, you want to come with me rather than jump in the coach with them donuts? So I said, yeah. And he played fucking Pink Floyd for 5 hours. Oh, mate, I wanted to slash my wrists. I don't like them that much. And I heard every fucking song Pink Floyd ever done. Bar a couple that I do like, I didn't like it. I'm not a fan. I was a Led Zeppelin fan, not a Pink Floyd fan.
Yeah, me
which some
too.
of my mates think it's crazy, but I never really liked them that much. Done my head in.
I love
a bunch of university wankers. That's how I look at them.
Iron says, I watch it a lot. It's filmed in Brighton and Margate, or is it Portsmouth? It's Brighton and Margate it's filmed in. But also, as I said, there is a road in Copthorne that leads to Copthorne that they used as one of the main routes that they were driving down. I only know because I recognised the two houses that they passed. Weirdly. Keep your hands off me stack. Oh.
It's obviously a quote from someone.
I didn't know that about kangaroo skin for boots. That is interesting. And I agree with you. Absolutely.
You can look it up, but I remember years ago them using the kangaroo skin for boots because it's so soft. But
what was that film? Loads. Remember another film called Day of the Locust with Donald Sutherland? Yeah, great film. Don't remember a lot about it because I haven't seen it in probably 30 years, but I remember it being a great film. Day of the Locust. I'm pretty sure it was around about the same time as Quadrophenia it came out, actually. Yeah. Kangaroo skin footy boots, laugh out loud. No wonder Ronaldo can jump so high.
There you go. We know what he's got then.
Brilliant. That's fucking brilliant. Oh, yeah. Saw Scum and ID, both great films.
Yeah.
ID 2 was crap. Don't bother with it. ID 1 was really good.
I told you, guys, my little claim. I went to the premiere of Scum when Winston was there. We knew this girl. I think she used to be a bunny girl, right? And her friend was something to do with cinema and whatever, and she got us tickets. So we must have been about 18 at the time whenever Scum come out, and we went up. I think it was called the Prince Charles Theatre in London, up the West End. And it was a premiere of Scum, which we knew nothing about. We didn't know what the film was about or whatever, but she got us tickets for it, and red carpet and all that bollocks. So we went to see the premiere of Scum. We didn't know who Ray Winston was at the time or any of them.
Yeah.
And that film shocked the fucking life out of me. It really did.
Yeah. Fuck. It did out of a lot of us. You know, I had I don't know if I've told you this story, but I had a mate, my cousin who lives in East Ham, or lived in East Ham. We used to go out. I used to go up to East Ham a lot because I was coming to the games and stuff. And we had a mate who lived down in Canning Town. His name was Pete England, right? And he lived down 5 Acres Lane. 5 Acres Lane, I think it was called. Anyway, so we went down. We was out on the town one night out in. I think we was in Bow. I think we gone to the Barger Ground in Bow. and we was having a piss up because I think it was like grab a granny night or whatever, you know. And we went we went up there anyway. So we've all walked to Pete's house because he's like, oh yeah, come back to mine. I've got beers, this, that, and the other. So we've all gone down to his in 40 Acre Lane. It's called 40 Acre Lane. So we've all gone down there, and as we're walking down there, like the normal route that he would take was all cordoned off with tape and that. And there were blue lights everywhere, and like he goes, there's police and fire engines and everything everywhere. Like, what's going on? What's going on? So he goes, here, officer, to this copper, and he looks across his shoulder. He goes, I'm not a policeman, I'm an actor. And then looked round like that, and I went, he's an actor? Oh, so we're watching, like, I don't know, EastEnders or something being made, are we? Or what? I don't know. What's going on here? It happened to be they were filming the church scene of a film called A Prayer for the Dying with Bob Hoskins and Mickey Rourke. Brilliant film, actually. It's about the IRA. Mickey Rourke plays an IRA.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
And Bob Hoskins plays the pastor of the church. Well, that church was coming down anyway. That church had been cited for demolition, right? Because they built a new church. So what they did was they put a load of scaffolding up to get all the stuff off of the roof and all this and other. And while all that was up there, they filmed all the church scenes for that Prayer of the Dying.
I was sort of hoping for a mass murder there, geezer, but
no, mate. Yeah. It was like, and there's a scene in that movie where Bob Hoskins fights Mickey Rourke outside the church while the church is burning, and Bob Hoskins picks up a metal dustbin lid and starts smashing him in the face with it. That was the scene we were watching being filmed. It was amazing, absolutely amazing. And then, like, they shut it all down, all the vehicle turned all their lights off and everything. And they shut everything down once, and then they were putting out the fire. And, you know, I mean, most of the fire was being put out by just turning off a gas tap. You know what I mean? Yeah. There was very little that had to be done with a fire extinguisher. But, yeah, it was quite interesting, you know, quite interesting to watch. And I think that was on the same night. No, that was on the Friday night. And then on the Saturday, we were playing Charlton at home. I went to the game and I think we lost it 2-1. 2-0. 2-0, I think it was. All on the same weekend. So, yeah. Right, Rich is off. Well, we're going to be off in a minute, mate. We're up for nearly 2 hours. There's 175 people watching currently. And if you could all just give that like button a click, I would really appreciate it. I don't know how many we've got at the moment. It doesn't give me that information at this moment in time. But if you could give it a click on your way out or while you're just watching, I would really appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Yeah, fucking hell, mate. Especially I done research for the fucking crop watch. Got to make an effort.
Yeah, that's proper research. I mean, all right, in fairness, we did get a fiver given to us, didn't we? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, what?
Rich give us a fiver, didn't he?
Yeah. Fair play, Richie boy. Fair play,
yeah,
Richie.
He did give us a fiver. So that gets us both a coffee. You know what I mean?
Yeah, in a cheap place.
He meant bloody, not blossy. Bloody group chats, laugh out loud. Free ticket, one will do. Iron has no social media, but he can contact your email. Oh, good. I know that's privileged and confidential. I'll send an email to the website. Iron, send an email to westhamnetwork@gmail.com. All right, let me see if I can actually find you there you go. There you go. If you send it to that, and then in the content bit or the whatever it's called, just put for attention of or FAO Cieran or Budgie or Old School Hammers, then we'll get that email forwarded, or at least we'll have it in our network group chat at least. So there you go. I'm going to leave that on the screen for a little while.
Am I in a network group chat?
Yeah, of course you are.
Am I?
Yeah.
No, just remember, you know these problems I've told you about with this phone geezer. I'm down to 24% now. Now,
Right,
see,
okay,
if I don't, my license, do you know what? I might not be able to make it next week if I can't get a fucking phone because I haven't got my license. Right? I'm waiting for that to come in the post. I don't know how it's going to pan out, geezer. I'm not sure what to fucking do. If I can't, this thing won't charge. And unless I get lucky.
No way you can use your passport.
It's run out as well, guys. Should believe.
What about Cieran? Can't he use his driving license?
He's been sat in there for so long, I forgot. You know, and I looked at it. Oh, mate, that's run out 6 months ago. And oh, for fuck's sake! So now I expected to go and get my license at the place. They just give me a license because they used to do it that way. Take your photo, they scan it and give you it. Now they don't. They send it to fucking Melbourne, and it has to come back. So I've got to wait a couple of weeks. So unless I can get this phone to charge or something, I'm fucked. So next week could be an issue.
Haven't you got a local little like phone and computer repair shop?
Unless they can,
it might cost you $50, but it's better.
But I think I might. Yeah, I might have to try get that if I can get that done. But trouble is, I don't want it. If they charge me $300 to repair it, and then I'm going to get a phone anyway, which is $700 or $800.
Well,
seems
in
pointless.
That case, they might have a cheap second-hand phone that not cheap, but
a
pre-used phone that you could buy off them. You wouldn't have to give them the flipping license.
It just seems that everything to do with phones now goes. You need a photographic ID, and without my license, they won't do it. Not my thing I've been with for 10 years. I walked in there and they went, mate, if you haven't got that photo ID, I said, but you've got it all from last time. No, because we scan it and it'll flag it straight away, and we're not allowed to give out a phone without photo ID. And I'm like, fucking hell, I'm fucked. But anyway, you're right. I could see if I can get it repaired. I don't know whether.
Yeah, get it repaired, or even buy just another handset until just one that can fucking charge and you can use.
Yeah, I know. Okay.
Cheap, $150 or $100 phone or something. You know what I mean?
I'm not sure, but they say without the license they won't sell you it. There's some fucking law.
Not even one of them.
I don't think so.
A pre-owned one.
Don't know, guys. I've got to look into it. I've got to look.
I know when you go into when you go into a mobile phone store and you want to buy a new phone or contract or whatever, they ask you for your ID. But my phone, there's a shop we got called CEX, right? You can just walk in there, pick a phone out, pay the money, and walk off with it.
Right.
Basically, that's it. And
it's the ID's the problem, geezer. The ID's the problem.
Yeah, well, see, in second-hand stores over here, they don't ask for it.
All right, that's it. Yeah, I don't know.
They also sell brand new phones, but they're SIM-free. They're not got a SIM card in them.
I've got to look at it. You know what I mean? Anyway, forget that.
It'd be quicker for me to just jump on a plane and bring you one, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Hopefully, I'll get it sorted.
Yeah, it's only about $800 for a ticket, Cieran.
If you can't get in contact with me next week, I haven't got it sorted. Let's put it up.
All right, mate. Yeah, listen, stay in touch with me as much as you can. I mean, don't use up what battery you've got left, but just stay in touch, right? Anyway, listen.
I've only got 23% now, so that's unless I get lucky and wiggle out the thing and it charges again. But
yeah, everybody in the chat, thank you so much for joining us. I'm not going to put any more comments up. So if you do want to leave any messages for either of us or both of us, or any of the other members of the network, that's the email. Feel free to use it. I'm going to take that off the screen now. And we're going to say goodnight. And we'll see you, well, hopefully we'll see you same time next week. If Cieran can't make it, I'll see if I can arrange for either Anton or Russ to join me. If not, there won't be one next week. Unless I can get an ex-player on. We'll have to see what I can do.
Anyway,
But,
thanks for that.
yeah.
Fucking phones. Do my head in.
Mate, do your best to get one sorted out if you can.
I will be. All right.
All right, everybody, take care. We'll see you next week. Until then, well, we'll see you
All the
next
best,
time.
Have a good week. Yeah, keep the faith. Keep the faith.
I'm on you,
Top-
man.
Top 6.
Artie, Zen. Yeah. Look, we're just gonna throw some bars in, have a bit of a laugh, have some fun. Hope you guys like it. Much love. You know it is. Come on, you ones.